In fitness, we often see remarkable transformations that focus on big muscles, six-pack abs and athletic performance. But one transformation that doesn't get a big enough mention is building a strong mindset. Instead of big muscles and abs, we should be focused on building the discipline in order to go out and train day in, day out. Building the resilience to keep pushing forward towards our goals even when times get tough. Building up the self-belief and confidence to believe in your pursuit or your mission when everyone else doubts you. And building the character to deal with losses, but not only to deal with them, but to use them as opportunities to learn from these and build ourselves back up to be even better. When we think of champions such as Ali, Michael Jordan, Lionel Messi, or some of the most successful business people in the world, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, what separates them from the rest is not talent, it's a winning mentality. It's that drive and determination inside of them to stop at absolutely nothing to achieve their goals. And over the past few years, I've studied these champions and successful business leaders intensely to really understand what it makes to build up a winning mentality or a strong mindset and how to apply that in my daily life. And so far it's helped me gone from working in a dead-end job to working in the most sought after company in the world and being a constant high performer. It's helped me smash my fitness goals and achieve marathon times, strength PBs and everything else which I never thought possible. But most importantly, it's helped me live a really happy life of discipline where I know what my goals are, I know the pathway to get there, and I know how to get rid of the distractions, rid of the temptations that pull me away. And in this video I'm going to share my lessons and tips on building a strong mindset and going through how you can apply them in your daily lives. So let's get to it. So the first tip I want to share with you is visualize and adopt the mindset of your future self. When we embark on any transformation, whether that be losing weight, getting the job that we want to get, or whatever it may be, it's crucial that we visualize the person that we want to become or transform into and adopt the mindset of our future self. And the best way to describe this is that it's setting the blueprint of the person that you want to build. It builds out the roadmap of how you get there. So picture yourself of the person that you want to become. Adopt how they think. Adopt how they act. Adopt how they deal with challenges. And when we do this, we subconsciously train our brains to think like our future selves and make decisions like our future selves, therefore becoming our future selves eventually. So to give a real life example of this, I want to transform into a sub 3-hour marathon runner, and I want to do this by the end of the year. That's my goal. And at the start of my journey, I had to start thinking like a sub 3-hour marathon runner. I had to start acting like a sub 3-hour marathon runner and then training like a sub 3-hour marathon runner. I had to make the decisions and I have to make trade-offs that when it comes to eating junk food or eating healthy, does a sub 3-hour marathon runner eat junk food or eat healthy food? They eat healthy food, so it helps us really adapt and make decisions like our future self. And by adopting this mindset and visualizing the goal, I know I'm trending towards hitting that goal, and it's only a matter of trusting the process and being patient and doing all the right things in order to get there. And I don't say this in a cocky way, it's a systematic process, in fact, that when we set a goal and we act towards taking all the necessary steps to achieve that goal, it's only a matter of time before it happens if the goal is smart and realistic. So now moving on to our next tip for building a winning mindset, and that is eliminating self-limiting beliefs. And the way I describe it, self-limiting beliefs are the chains around our ankles that stop us reaching our full potential. It's that little voice in our ear saying, you can't do this, you're not good enough for that, I'll never be able to run this marathon, I can't lose this weight, I can't achieve that PB. It's all absolute bollocks in our heads. And everyone is going to have these beliefs in our mind, these self-doubts that creep up when we try new things. For example, when I started off this YouTube channel, and I'm not saying it's a raging success yet, but I had these doubts. I'd never be able to edit videos, I'd never be able to talk into a camera. And when I actually try it, it's a lot easier than you first think. And there's a lot of factors that come into play that lead to these doubts or self-limiting beliefs. It's the fear of failure, it's the lack of self-confidence. And in order to create a winning mindset, we need to eliminate these self-limited beliefs. By eliminating our fear of failure, it's okay to fail. Failure brings the biggest lessons, and if we try something and we fail, it's a lot better than not trying, full stop. We need to believe in ourselves. And one way we can eliminate these self-limiting beliefs is changing our mindset or how we think. Instead of saying, I can't do this or I can't do that, start saying to yourself, I will do this or I will achieve that. And when you do this also, it allows you then to push through and take obstacles in your stride, take challenges as they come, learn from them and adapt to them and hit your goals. And the next topic I want to talk about here is internal self-talk and how we can transform this from being a negative to being a positive. And self-talk is the internal conversations that we can have, or we have ourselves. They can be good or they can be bad. And the way I think about this is having an angel on one side and a devil on the other. The angel is telling you to push on through the pain, keep pushing, keep working. And then the devil, on the other hand, or the other shoulder, I should say, is saying, give up now. You don't need to put this effort in. And in this example, the angel represents our inner strength, our inner drive, whereas the devil represents our inner weakness. And when we control our internal self-talk, we begin to change our internal and external perception of everything. For example, we could be in a situation where we could have two different people with two different perceptions. One with a good perception, one with a bad perception. And the way they see that situation could be completely different. There could be challenges. And having that positive self-talk and that positive perception could see this as a way to overcome these challenges, learn from this and improve. If we have a bad perception or some negative self-talk, we can see this situation as just doom and gloom, as no way through, as no possible progression. And when we train ourselves to have that positive self-talk, that positive perception, challenges seem to become opportunities to learn. Difficulties become opportunities to build resilience. And feeling pain actually becomes satisfying as well, because that feeling of pain actually feels like process or progress. So in summary here, let's be more aware of our internal self-talk and listen to the good voices on our shoulders. Listen to the ones that are propelling us towards our future self. So another key tip or factor even for building a winning mindset is discipline. And what is discipline? Ryan Holiday breaks this down into two key words. It's persistence and resistance. And persistence is doing whatever you have to do in order to achieve your goal. And it's very linked to the first tip that we talked about, which is setting your vision and adapting the mindset of your future self. When you do this, you still need to take action. And taking action consistently is discipline, even when you don't want to. When you feel sore, when you feel tired, when you have a lot going on in life, you need that level of persistence to push through and do what you need to do in order to achieve your goals. And then the next element is all about resistance. And this is resisting temptation, any external factors, or anything in general that's pulling us away from the pathway to achieving our goal. And we see this a lot of times in sports. When we see a sports star and they're pulled away by money, they're pulled away by fame, they're pulled away by wherever it may be, and their performance starts to dwindle. Whereas though what we see in the champions is that they have a focused vision in where they want to get to, i.e. their end goal. And there's no distractions, there's no temptations whatsoever. They are all resisted. So then the athlete can just focus on going straight ahead towards the goal, and anything else that's a distraction or to the side is avoided and ignored. And going a level deeper, there's so many other factors or so many key ingredients that play into discipline. There's focus, just focusing on that one thing at a time, as we talked about, avoiding them distractions and just being single-minded. There's patience and trusting the process and doing what you need to do day in, day out to achieve your goal. And when we set that vision and adopt the mindset of our future self that we talked about earlier, and we build that discipline to constantly perform them actions, it's only a matter of time before we hit our goals. And then moving on to the last tip that I want to share with you about building a winning mindset. And that is being competitive. Not just with everyone around us, but most importantly being competitive with ourselves. When it comes to building a winning mindset, we have to set internal standards and benchmarks. In essence, we should be setting the bar on what a good performance looks like. We should be setting the bar on what a good training session looks like. We also should be setting the bar on what a good lifestyle looks like. And being naturally competitive with ourselves, we should be always looking for ways to improve this. And when we have this internal competitiveness, we build the humility to know that everything is not perfect and there's still room to improve, there's still work to be put in. But it also taps into a growth mindset and builds up the hunger and willingness to go and learn in order to be better, to go and learn on how we can improve what we want to improve. An example of this is when I started the job that I'm in now. I looked around the room and I knew, okay, I need to be competitive with everyone here. But I also looked in the mirror and said, I need to be competitive with myself. And with this drive, I was the first one in the office and the last one to leave. I was always the one that was working the hardest on the floor. But more importantly, I was always the one that was willing to learn the most. My role now is in sales, and when I started off, I started listening back to my own calls to see what I can improve. What other questions can I ask? How can I handle these objections? And then over time, by taking this approach and taking this mindset, I set that level of who I am, but I always constantly improved because I wanted to. I was hungry to learn. And I set these standards on myself as well that nothing was ever perfect. There was always room for improvement. And that kept my feet on the ground, that even when I won awards in work, or even when I was named the top performer, I was like, okay, great, what can we do next? How can we build on this? And I've taken this mindset into fitness, where I always want to train harder than my last session. I always want to run faster than my last run. Or I always want to step back and learn too, and see where improvements can be made and implement them. So in summary, there's 4 different factors that we talked about that contribute to building a winning mindset. And they are visualizing and adopting the mindset of our future selves, eliminating any negative self-limiting beliefs, they are building discipline, and the final one is being competitive not just with everyone around us, but most importantly with ourselves. So hopefully you found value in this video, and hopefully you can apply some of the learnings that you got in your life and get closer towards your goal. If you did enjoy the video, please let me know, like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, good or bad. And if you have any feedback on what I can do better in future videos, please lay it on me, as I love getting your perspective if it helps me improve. For now, thanks so much, and I will see you on the next one.